Pro Truth Channel. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? You know I got another video for y'all. You know, I wanted to show you guys about, can a mother raise a boy to be a man? And the answer is no. But the mother is always going to be on survival mode when it comes to her kids, always. So it's very important for a lot of you men to take care of your children, especially your sons. Your son is your next kin, your next generation. Basically, he's almost like a reincarnation of you. That's basically what he is. And he's supposed to live your legacy. So when you're not around, the mother's she's going to be on survival mode. And I'm going to be honest with you, most mothers have nothing to teach their sons by the time they become teenagers. And most of the time, the boys are looking for a male figure or looking for male energy to teach them something. So, can a mother raise a boy? Yes. She could raise him to probably be functional in society, but she cannot raise him to be a man. And most of these mothers are looking for, most of these single mothers usually look for another male figure to help raise that child. So I'm going to go ahead and play the video, and I'm going to chime in here and there. And I have a special guest. But let's go ahead with it.
Y'all think I'm going to lose my boys? Y'all out of y'all's freaking mind. Do y'all understand?
Yes, sir.
Move. Come on, jump. Jump.
Go.
Let's go.
Move.
Let's go. Pick them up. It's going to take both of y'all to get through these next 72 hours.
Move to the yellow line. Let's go. Hustle up.
No, and you do think, oh, how bad are these kids? And what's this thing going to be like? So I'm kind of ready to see this transpire, what this Project Storm is going to be. So I'll catch a ride with LT, my boy. We drive down to Storm.
Some people don't agree with the sort of programming, so they say it's a bit too harsh and hands-on for kids.
Let me tell you something, brother. Even though what he said was a lot of people think is harsh, what these drill instructors are doing to these kids. If they don't do it, because they don't have no father figure, somebody else is going to do it, and it's going to happen in prison. So I don't think it's harsh at all, because somebody needs to teach these boys how to be men. But let's go ahead and continue.
What do you think about that?
I laugh at it because I'd rather be hands-on and hard with these kids than having to mark their body out with chalk.
Son, get your hands down beside your side. All right, that's the main thing. Now, where they supposed to be? Mom can't help you now.
Don't worry about the kids. Don't worry, because you're going to have a whole lot more of those kids.
You
okay?
did.
Do you know how to run? You do? Okay, so when I tell you to go over there, what you going to do? You're going to run as fast as you can, like you're at the playground at school, okay? Go.
Over there, got the hands, he's crawl.
Listen to me. All right? I'm going to ask you one time, and the next time I'm going to make you run. You understand me? Yes, sir. All right, now I said run. I didn't say skip, walk, or talk. I said run. You understand me? Run!
How you been? How you feeling about this?
I'm kind of nervous.
Yeah? Because he's not...
So as you can see, of course, the mother is concerned, which, of course, as she should be. She should be concerned. But if that doesn't happen to him, I'm sure that what he was doing was probably something crazy. Why he's now being in military school. But go ahead, young lady. Yes, ma'am.
Not young lady. Tanya here. Hey, everyone. How are you? So I have a question. How do we know that this does not cause any emotional or psychological damage? I understand learning discipline, but this is an extreme form of discipline. The guy literally jerked him back and was holding his arm pretty tight. So I wonder the science on this type of discipline in teaching, if it's causing psychological damage, rage, hate, even could potentially feel some kind of resentment towards the mother.
So, you know what? That's a good question. And I really don't know the science to all that, but let's go ahead and see why he's in military school and see if maybe he was causing damage to some other child. Let's go ahead and continue.
He's not. He seems to be like crying and that.
Yeah, he was already crying. He doesn't think that I love him because I'm making him do this. I'm doing it for him to be better.
Go! Out! Down!
You're gonna learn
Up! Down!
0.
Up!
You said you weren't gonna do
Get
right.
over here!
Get off your knees. I'm
Let me ask
telling
you a
you.
question. Did I tell you to
Get
get
on
up?
your knees again.
Son,
You gonna regret it.
down.
get down!
Mm-mm.
Get up! Get up!
When you first see what happens to these kids, is they're sort of getting grabbed up and thrown around, and it's quite physical, right? And you do kind of, you do think, is it right or is it wrong?
Time to work it out. Huey. Yeah. Tell me why you're here. Tell me why you're here.
Because I was throwing kids against the locker.
Because you doing what? I can't hear you.
I threw a kid on a locker.
You were throwing kids on the locker, right?
So I don't really have an answer to your question, Tanya, but what I will say is this. This kid was causing psychological damage to other children, throwing them against the locker. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think he was doing? So maybe sometimes I do believe that maybe he needed a taste of his own medicine. That's how I feel.
My question would be, if the behavior is wrong, if the behavior itself is wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then it shouldn't matter if a drill sergeant's doing the behavior or if he's doing the behavior to another person. The behavior itself is wrong. So why not teach or coach or guide in a different perspective, like using different methods? Because if yoking people up and bullying them and, and angering them is wrong, whether a kid's doing it to another kid or an adult is doing it to a child. Like, let's say this, if that was his mother doing that to him, she would be arrested. So if it's not good for the mother who birthed this child to treat him in such manner that this officer's treating him, then why is it okay for the officer to do that? Because if that was the case, the mother could have just done that at home.
Right.
But she would have been arrested.
Right. Okay. Even if that was the case, right? Because I don't know how old this kid is. As he gets older, he's going to resent his mother, and he's going to be physically stronger than his mother. So then now he starts to retaliate to his mother. Don't you think that's going to be a problem? Now, but if you have men doing the same thing, he's going to respect those men, and he's going to respect other men. That's how I look at it. So I don't see anything wrong.
Oh, that's fair.
I don't see anything wrong with that. And the way those kids got treated, I ain't gonna lie to you, I got treated similar like that when I joined the military, because I had to be.
Were you a man? Were you a man or a child?
I was 18 years old. So what they did was they turned me from a civilian to a soldier. So I mean, if you could probably look at it as psychological, because they had to take me out of the civilian life and turn me into a machine. If that's what you want to call it, a war machine. So that's what I was.
Yeah, and you were being trained for war, right?
Correct. To go to combat, yes.
Right. So what are these little boys being trained for?
I mean, we're gonna have to further through the video, but I guess the way I would look at it is they're being trained, or they overall they needed some discipline. I wouldn't look at it as them to be angry at the world, because the kid was already angry when he was jacking people up in lockers. So why would you say that he'd be angry to the world? You think every child that gets disciplined, so let me ask you. Well, let me ask you this, Tanya. How would you let me see, how could I put it? How would you work this out? Like, what would be the steps that you would take after you found out that your child was
so if I put my
Go ahead. No, well, if this was your child and he had a discipline problem
I was gonna
being a
say if
bully.
I was it. hmm
That's my question. If he was a bully doing the same thing, how would you
Okay,
handle this?
so if I put myself in her shoes, so obviously there's probably no father in the house. So even if I was going to take them to military school, it wouldn't be this type of military school. I would more so work to put them into number one, critical thinking, right? You're going to have to go to workshops about critical thinking, doing exercises around that. I would like the physical exercising as well. So just getting up early in the morning, learning how to make up your bed, getting ready for a run, coming in, eating your breakfast, being disciplined, eating healthy, following a kind of a rigid timeline, and having very few minutes to shoot the shit, right? However, I still allow for you to do normal things like give me a call, me check in. You can check in maybe for maybe 30 minutes or so with your siblings and your friends and family, whatever. But you go back to living this disciplined life and understanding that life is about controlling your emotions. I think that they should go to an emotional counseling as well doing that. So how do you channel your emotions? Because all this is doing is fueling anger. It may be fueling a type of discipline, but there could be a resentment to the mother, especially if she's sitting there watching and the son is having some tears in her eyes and the mom is supposed to be nurturing and not rescuing him. So I just think that this could be detrimental on after a long period of time. So if they're doing this for a month, even like for 3 weeks or 90 days, I just feel like, why can't they take a better psychological and emotional approach? You know what I mean? Why not put them into counseling courses or some type of workshop during the day, a make or take kind of thing, something else to redirect their anger and energy?
All right. I'll say this. I have some other videos, and I'm not going to do them today because I'm only doing this one. Let me hold on 1 second.
Yes, sir.
And now you out here crying like a little girl, right?
Oh, so
yes, sir.
So he a bully.
You a bully.
He a bully.
Get your butt back up there. Move! I heard nothing.
I think we can talk to you, so. How you feeling? Nice to see you again.
Can I cuss?
If you want. Yeah? Why is it bullshit?
They jacking little kids up like 8, 9 years old, treating them like you 27.
If I just
crazy.
we gonna find out.
You scared?
Straight ahead tonight,
Kinda.
correct?
You think this is working?
It's making me mad.
Research. Down!
Why can't you do it?
Muscles are weak, sir.
Your muscles are weak.
Get up!
Why are your muscles weak?
On your feet, get up!
You don't know? Maybe because you don't do shit. How about that?
I spoke to his family earlier and they were saying he has like high function autism and Asperger's. So do you think that's like gonna maybe stunt his progression in the program?
No.
No?
He can still do a push-up.
Yeah.
But he's,
the right word. He's high functioning.
and he's probably been around people who's catered to that, and he's not used to this.
Yeah.
And we're not gonna cater to that. No.
Yeah.
He's just being lazy right now.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Let me say something to you, brothers, real quick. And this is why I always say that you need to take care of your seed. You need to take care of your children, especially your boys, your sons. These guys here, I'm gonna keep it real honest with you. They getting paid. I guarantee you that if they wasn't getting paid, they wouldn't do this shit at all. So I don't know if they do care, but do you really want another man taking care of your children or your sons? So I'm not knocking what they're doing. I mean, I do think they need to be jacked up just a little bit. They're 8 and 9, maybe 10. They're not even teenagers yet, some of them. But at the end of the day, to you brothers, this is why it's important for you to take care of your children. Because if you don't, somebody else will. And when you see stuff like this, you're probably going to just be angry. Like, why are they jacking my kids up like that? So this is why it's important for all of you black men to be in the household or get your sons. I'm not getting on the woman. Because at the end of the day, woman is going to be on survival mode when it comes to their children. You have something you want to put out?
Okay. Yeah, I want to add, did you hear what the young man said, the older young man,
Yes.
who can recognize, I guess he seems like he was about 16, right? Or he was 15, it said. And he was like, you're pretty much jacking these little boys up like they're 27. And he said it's making him angry. So it's actually fueling an anger inside of him. He's not recognizing that it will help and all these other things that, some of your audience members are typing in and things of that nature. I don't think it will help. It's going to build a resentment. I wonder why, though, if it is about discipline, why you can do it the military style of, get down, give me some push-ups, blah, blah, blah. But the actual yoking up of a 9-year-old boy, yoking up and throwing them up against the fence, explain to me how that doesn't look like, when cops are profiling Black boys and yoking them up and throwing them against a fence. It's almost like they're taking them through this psychological preparation for being Black. And obviously they're not in America. It doesn't sound like they are, but being Black in the world. And I just don't understand why we couldn't take another approach to why. No one asked the questions why. Why are they bullying? Is the mother a bully to this son? Did this 9-year-old boy learn the behavior from the mom? Like, can we really assess why he's doing that as opposed to trying to correct the behavior and we don't have a reason why? I think we have to have a reason why, and then we can start to diagnose symptoms.
I could agree with that. I don't disagree with you at all. I don't. So I agree with that. But, I mean, that would take a lot of digging. But let's go ahead and continue with the video. All it is, I mean, look at it.
Go in. Got a man on the back, can't count. Or won't count. What's the problem, son? Say, can you count or not?
Yes, sir.
Well, then you better start counting, you understand?
Let me tell you something. If you keep on bullying people, guess where you're going to end up?
Jail, sir.
Right here. And in jail, you got long hair. You know what's going to happen to you? You're going to be somebody's girlfriend.
Y'all think I'm gonna lose my boys? Y'all out of y'all's freaking mind. Do y'all understand?
Yes, sir.
Move! Come on, jump! Jump!
Go.
Let's go.
Move!
Let's go. Pick them up. It's going to take both of y'all to get through these next 72 hours.
Move to the yellow line, let's go! Hustle up!
Y'all going in with real inmates. I mean, real ones. You will go in the block, no disrespect. It's still yes, sir, to them. Keep your hands to yourself. They get in your face. I suggest y'all not try to fight back. I'm just saying. Let's go.
That's scared straight, because I'm assuming, even though that's not what this is, but they're going to see some prisoners. I don't really think that helps. But at the same time, I'll say it does help because it might just show them like where they don't want to be. But at the end of the day, again, Black man, I'm gonna continue to say this: you need to get a hold of your son, because if you don't, the system will. You have something you want to say?
Yeah. So, what are the quote unquote charges or allegations that these young boys? I mean, they look like they range from like 9 to like 15, 16. So, are these people young boys that bully other kids, or like it just seems like it's a very small? Just because you were a bully doesn't necessarily mean you're going to grow to commit these crimes that these criminals in jail probably have committed. And someone had autism, and then they're like, "Oh, he's not gonna let that stop him." Like, are you even qualified to understand how autism works? Or I just feel like there's no sympathy, and what is teaching these boys is that you're out on your own. Nobody cares about you, and nobody is going to have sympathy, empathy, or compassion for you because you're a boy, and that's not the case. And I also think that it's like it throws darts at their trust, because their mom put them here. And regardless of if the little boy is bullying someone, there's another approach to it. Like, where's the father? Where's the uncles? Where's the cousins? Where's the granddaddies? Where's the men in the neighborhoods? Like, no one cared enough before it got to this point?
That's a good question. But you have a lot, and I'm just going to really speak on our Black women. You have a lot of Black women that claim that that are quote unquote independent. They don't need no help. Now, where is the father at? That's a really good question. And any of you fathers that abandon your children, y'all ain't no good. Y'all are trash. So I don't really have an answer to that, but I think that every one of these boys has a mother that just gave up and wanted to just, like, they couldn't do anything else. They were at wits with their son. So.
Oh, and last thought, I can guarantee you, well, I can't make a guarantee, but I'm pretty sure there's probably slim to none that have grown up with their fathers that's putting their sons to this program. They actually grew up with like single fathers that are actually going to take their sons to this program. Slim to none.
You could be right about that. But let's go ahead and continue with the video.
They just let us around the prison, right? They're just walking around this prison, right? No fucking guards watching us, right? And I walk into this prison cell, right? And I'm talking to the prisoners smoking cigarettes, and I realize that there's no prison guard. And I'm just by myself, right? And in the corner, some guy just shouts out, he just goes, "Are you that nigga from Vice?"
I can see the fear in your eyes. I smell you, boy. I can smell you scared. Take a file line. Let's do it right here. Take over y'all. Go. So where the hell y'all at? The goddamn penitentiary, man. Matter of fact, everybody, get down. Get down. Hold down. Hold down. Tell your mama you sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't cry. Don't cry. You've been tough. You see that? Look at this shit. Look at all the drugs you see in the shower, man. You gonna be in here taking a shower with me? Yeah. And I like some young and dark skin. I like some like that. Yeah. What you looking at?
Every day, and you gonna get your ass
What the
over
fuck you looking at? You better keep looking at the floor.
You got that long, pretty hair. You ain't gonna hide that behind the wall, home.
What you in here for?
Disrespect and not doing my homework, sir.
Why y'all yes sir, no sir now, huh? Y'all can't do it to your mama, grandmama. They the one love you.
So y'all heard that earlier, that he was in there for disrespect and not doing his homework. And I'm gonna be honest with you, and of course, as we can see that the father probably isn't around. That to me, that's just a lazy mother. Disrespect and not doing your homework. I'm thinking some of these kids are in there for bullying, or probably beating somebody up, stealing, or some type of petty crime, but not doing your homework. So this is, and here's the other reason why I say that a lot of you brothers need to be with your sons, because you have a lot of these women, these single mothers that don't even have time to be with their children. They're working. They probably only see their child physically probably for maybe 5 hours, if that. Think about it. The child gets up. He goes to school, we'll just say from 8 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Where is the mother at? She's probably at work. We'll just say she does a 9 to 5. So now the child comes home at 3 o'clock. The mother's still not home. They're probably not even eating properly, because they probably eat ramen noodles or something out of a damn can. So now the mother comes home, we'll just say between 5 and 6 o'clock. The child, we don't even know if he did his homework or not. Then 6 o'clock, now you got 8 o'clock. Now the child probably has to go to bed. That's if he goes to bed. So how much time is the mother really spending with the child? Probably a total of maybe 4 hours, if that. So again, brothers, I'm going to tell you this too. It takes proper planning before you have a child. A lot of you black men out here are reckless with your sperm. You have 4, 5, 6 kids, probably with 3 different women, and you're running around here with your head cut off because you have no idea how to raise the child. So at the end of the day, I'm going to continue to say this. It's your fault, black man. The woman is always going to be on survival mode. Always. She's going to do whatever she has to do, just like a female lion. So you brothers that are doing the dumb shit, y'all need to get y'all shit together. If you got a child already, you should already have planned on what you're going to do with your child. Not after you have the child and now you're worried about where you're going to live and all that stuff. That shit should have happened before you had the child. But let's go ahead and continue. We're going to finish this video out.
You don't love it.
You can't call mama. Mama can't come behind that wall and get your ass about it.
Mama can't do a goddamn thing for you. Remember that shit when you go to get in trouble next time.
So, brother, that's pretty much it. Can a mother raise a boy to be a man? The answer is no. A mother cannot raise a boy to be a man. She can raise him to be able to fit in society, but that's it. You brothers, y'all got to get. And that's even including myself. All of us black men need to get our shit together. We need to set standards and start doing the right damn thing. I'm not exempt. You wonder why that a lot of these women are running around here looking crazy, running around here with their heads cut off? Because a lot of you black men are not setting standards for your woman. Y'all up out here willy-nilly, letting y'all sperm shoot all over the damn place and ain't doing shit. There are a lot of black men that are getting better. I will say that. We are some of the best fathers in the world, but we still have a lot of work to do, brothers. But at the end of the day, like, share, and subscribe, because that's what I do. Y'all keep it real, Pro Truth.